Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever Ember wanders near.
No. I was originally gonna watch this yesterday, but then I was gonna take a look at this yesterday, but then the collab with Celestine happened, so it kind of got put on the back burner. He put out a video about one of our favorite potheads. Basically detailing the collapse of Caseytron. And I figured we'd take a look at it. I figured we'd take a look at Atozi's reporting on Caseytron, just her absolute fucking collapse. Oh yes, let's take a look, see, shall we?
This complete moron of a Twitch streamer, who I guess is very often under the influence in her content, was just banned on Twitch, allegedly for streaming herself while driving under the influence.
Hold on, let me take.
And she's still gone, isn't she? She has not come back, has she? She's still banned. Which is a little surprising. Not so much though, because Caseytron isn't a Twitch thought like Nina Lynn. Oh, is she back? When did they let her back? When did that happen? I did not see her unbanning. When did they unban her? And for how long was her ban for? Like, was it like maybe a week, perhaps? Maybe? I don't know. Like, she and every other one of these dumb bitches that decides it's a smart idea to drive while streaming, should be permanent, by the way. You checked today and she was back. Okay. Well, I mean, it should be permanent. Because not only was she driving while streaming and reading chat, she was very likely driving while under the influence too. So, like, she should be permanent. Extra Emily should have been permanent too. Because it's not the first time she's been, like, driving while streaming. And basically, you know, because she was driving while streaming, she basically violated traffic laws and could have potentially caused accidents. My opinion, if you drive while you're streaming, you should be banned. It should be, like, very specifically against TOS to be driving while you are streaming, and if you drive while streaming, you get permanently nuked off the platform. You are a threat to public safety.
Hold on, let me take a hit.
And while we don't have any official confirmation that that's the actual reason she was banned, the clips of her stream definitely don't help paint her in the best light.
But I'll say this, if you're going unprotected, at least get a Big Mac to go with that questionable decision.
You guys are tripping. Like, if that were the case, then restaurants wouldn't be allowed to serve alcohol at all.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that it definitely wasn't her passing gas that got her in trouble here, even though it's included in basically every single headline on this whole thing. Crazy headline, but still obviously not the thing that got her banned. And yes, I realize this is Twitch alert, but still, diabolical headline. But hey, also, being gross on stream is kind of par for the course for the person we're talking about today.
No
who goes
kidding.
by Caseytron, who's honestly been a figure on the internet for way over a decade at this point. If I remember correctly, I think she was the innovator of being the first League of Legends cleavage streamer. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what her original claim to fame was. But again, I think that was over a decade ago. So since then, she's been no...
She's not even pretty either. Like, I do not get people simping for Caseytron. She's not even pretty. Like, her tits are mediocre at best, but like she looks like ghetto trash. Like, if you were to just like pop a pic, like that picture that Tozy just popped up of her. Hang on, let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, that, like, even that picture, she looks ghetto trash. She does not look pretty, and she's gotten only worse since then. She has. Like, she is not an attractive woman, in my opinion. Any Camus fine was writing, yeah, I get that, but there's, like, what the hell? And yeah, Nina Lynn sounds ghetto trash. She dresses ghetto trash, but Nina Lynn, her attitude and her demeanor is very ghetto trash and disgusting.
She was the innovator of being the first League of Legends cleavage streamer. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what her original claim to fame was. But again, I think that was over a decade ago. So since then, she's been no stranger to being temporarily banned on Twitch for her comments and behavior. But this time, people are unsure if this will actually be a permanent ban or not.
No, sobriety test me. Sobriety test me, breathalyzer.
My God.
But if you rolled your eyes at the sound of her name, you're probably familiar with her content, which is filled with, I guess, gaming, ripping bongs, and her polarizing persona.
Yep.
And I guess there's whatever this is as well.
2, 1, got this.
The actual fuck? What in? Why? Fucking why? Yeah, like, this is desperation. Like, why would you do this? Yes, that was milk. And she has like a mustache like painted on her face and I think a unibrow? Like, why would anyone tune in to see this? This is like, maybe I'm too employed. Maybe I'm too employed for this thought process, but this, like, I don't know why anyone would even tune in to watch this. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
1, got this.
Yeah. So I guess her arguing with her chat about her sobriety and ability to drive while streaming herself behind the wheel is, I guess, par for the course.
I'm trying to get to McDonald's, okay? I don't really give up. Like, I don't really give up. I'm trying to get to McDonald's. Shut up.
Like, look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. She is so fucking high right now. She cannot even open her eyes fully right now. She is fucking hammered. And she's driving on public streets while talking to her, while looking at her chat. This is why I said she should have been permanently banned. No, this is not a cop video. This is her stream video. She was streaming while she was doing this and talking to her chat. This should have been a permanent. It should have.
I don't really give up. I'm trying to get to McDonald's. Shut up. High/drunk slut. I'm literally not drunk. You are.
Yeah, but she didn't deny being high, did she? Like, do I think she's drunk? No, I don't think she's drunk. Do I think she's high as fuck and baked out of her mind? Absolutely. I think she's completely baked out of her mind, which is still driving while under the influence or driving under the influence of an intoxicating substance. Like, it's still, what she's doing is still illegal. Even if it's not through alcohol and it's through weed instead, it's still fucking illegal.
I mean, I've even seen people in the replies to this news on Twitter saying this behavior is nothing new for her stream. And that's something that's pretty alarming to me, but hey, I guess thankfully a staff member finally saw it. But either way, as I mentioned earlier, Casey Tron, she's been around for years and she's definitely known for using controversy to get some views.
My name's Casey Tron. I'm a professional female gamer. DDoS me? You're not going to be able to DDoS me. Are you kidding? Try to DDoS me. Try to DDoS me.
Here's the crazy thing. Look at her in this. This was from like way back when. Okay, this clearly was from probably like 8 years ago or so. Look at how different she looks. Look how far of a downward spiral she's gone on from this point. I'm guessing this is maybe a year or two into her, let's say 2014. This is 2014. You can see the date. I'm covering up. You can see this is her desktop and there's a date on the bottom of the screen. This was filmed on November 24th in 2014. So like back then, she looked fine. She looked just fine back then. You know, not the prettiest girl in the world. But you know, she knew how to show off her tits, and she looked normal. Not 2010, 2014. This footage is from 2014. She looked normal. Think about that. Think about what a downward spiral she's gone on in the last 12 years. That she looks the way she does. And she's looked that way for a while. I'd say she probably started doing her spiral about 5 years from this, like starting in like 2019, 2020. And that's probably where she started her spiral. And look at where she is now. Look at how horrible she looks now. She looks completely washed up. She looks like she's been rode hard and put away wet.
Is. You can't DDoS me. You can't take me down. People have been trying to take me down for years, and you can't take me down.
She definitely shouldn't be on anyone's content Mount Rushmore, but she's definitely been around for a while. When I was first coming up on YouTube in like 2015, 2016, 2017, I remember her as a pretty big streamer. But then suddenly I didn't hear from her for like probably 5 years. And when I heard about her then 5 years later, I was like, oh, is she okay? Because in the more recent years of the stream, she seems to just kind of get crossfaded and acts laughably stupid, whether it's for a bit or if she's being serious. I don't know. Hard to tell.
So what if weed is my personality? What's Nick's personality? Being a creep. What's Melena's personality? Norway. What's Minx's?
Like, look, just like looking at her face. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in now. Because this is probably from like 2019, 2020. Look at the difference in her facial structure in this versus the one we just saw. Like she collapsed so hard and so fucking fast.
What's Minx's personality? Ireland. What's Schlatt's
Yeah,
personality?
I don't know if she gained weight or not.
What the? Wait, is that a gun? I don't want to be next to that.
This is a propane torch.
Casey, what are you doing?
This is a torch to heat up my nail.
And she's also recently found herself embroiled in legal battles with H3H3. But this time, viewers are speculating that she might actually be in some real trouble due to the fact that she has, number one, yet to address any of this. Number two, she's still banned as of recording this video. This happened days ago, so normally when she gets banned, she's only banned for like 24 or 48 hours. But for some reason, she's still publicly arguing with people online, but hasn't addressed this. Okay, so obviously we can't say anything definitively.
And by the way, she's good for God knows how long has basically been going on the incel train where she literally calls people incel on Twitter like minimum 20 times a day. Like, both physically and mentally, she is just fully collapsed at this point.
But if she was streaming herself driving under the influence, number one, she's a complete idiot. Number two, she probably should be banned for a long time. And just for like quick context.
Not for a long time. That needs to be made nice and sparkling fucking clear. She should not be banned for a long time. She should be permanently nuked off the fucking platform. Okay, you're driving drunk and putting technically, I mean, it's under the influence of weed, but still, quote unquote, driving drunk. You're putting people's lives in danger, and and she's doing it for the content. Nuke her off the fucking platform. Remove her from the platform. That's what needs to happen. Not, oh, she should be banned for a long time. No, she should have her account completely eviscerated and destroyed and nuked off the platform, and she should not be allowed to stream again. It's simple as that. She could have died. She could have killed other people. The fact that she could have died, okay, sure, you can call that tragic. I care more about the innocent victims that she could have killed while driving drunk. I give about 1,000 times more of a fuck about that than her basically ending herself because she's a fucking drug addict that decided to get behind the wheel while she's high out of her fucking mind and then drive. I care more about the innocent victims that she put in danger than her dumbass.
Asian Andy, he live streamed himself eating a chicken nugget while he was driving, and that resulted in a permanent ban for him. So if this doesn't yield a permanent ban, they might be not consistent with the enforcing of rules on Twitch.
shocking, considering Extra Emily only got a 24-hour ban for almost getting into an accident live on stream because she was too busy talking to her chat. And so some guy got permaed because he ate a nugget on stream. Honestly, that person that got banned for eating a nugget on stream while driving, he needs to sue Twitch and highlight the number of times Extra Emily has been banned for driving while streaming and only receiving a 24-hour. Because that is literally the only thing that's going to change. Change Twitch. You want to change Twitch? You need to hit them in the bank account. You do. At least Extra Emily wasn't drugged up. Yeah, but she almost got into an accident live on fucking stream because she was driving while streaming and paying more attention to her chat than driving. The other streamer, he ate a nugget on stream. Not like he was distracted and almost got into an accident. He literally just ate a nugget and he was permanent. Okay? Extra Emily on stream nearly crashed into another car. And she was back in 24 fucking hours. Fuck that shit. Absolutely just fuck that shit. She should also have been perma'd. Casey Tron should have been perma'd. If you drive distracted and almost get into a wreck, or if you drive drunk on stream, you immediately have given up your right to be on the platform. It should be gone. And yeah, I know it's because Dan Clancy is a fucking gooner. I know it's because he basically sits there and just jerks it to people like Extra Emily and Nina Lynn. I know that's why they never catch much of a ban. Well, they'll never be permit because he's too busy fucking gooning. Of course he is. I know this. Doesn't stop me from being angry about it.
Not like that's a new thing, but apparently all of this happened about a week ago on July 5th when headlines started popping up on social media announcing that she had once again been banned on Twitch. And if you look at her Twitch, you just get the normal Twitch ban, so it's not like we get too much information of what actually happened here. We can only speculate based on her last stream. But that didn't stop most people's knee-jerk reaction to be, oh, okay, she got banned again. She'll be unbanned again in like 2 days or something like that.
Why the fuck would anyone goon to Nina Lynn? 2 reasons, and they're on her chest. That's all you need to know.
Because that happens so much with her. But again, like I mentioned earlier, this isn't normal because she's still banned, and it happened over a week ago now. And obviously, so many clips from her last stream went viral, and again, they don't paint her.
Wait.
Obviously,
wait.
So many.
I can't tell if that's a beer or not. I cannot tell. I don't know. Anybody recognize the brand? Is that a pop or it's a Coors can? It could be. I can't tell. I can't tell from the angle.
Clips from her last stream went viral, and again, they don't paint her in a good light.
Wait. Let me see if we can get a better angle. Hang on. It's yellow. The can looks yellow. You think it's a Coors can? I can't tell. I cannot tell. I don't know. Likes hard lemonade, maybe. Oh my
And the crazy
god!
part about all
Oh my god, what a disgusting cow. What the fuck? Like ripping ass while firing up a... That didn't even look like a... That looked like a meth pipe, honestly. Hang on. Oh no, it's just a regular weed pipe. Okay, first... It flashed by so quick, I'm like, was that a meth pipe? No, it's a regular fucking weed pipe. Yeah, so she's ripping ass and lighting up weed.
And the crazy part about all this is the accusation didn't come out after the stream. No, her own viewers are calling her out while she's live during the stream.
Honey, if McDonald's is the ultimate destination for your late night rendezvous, then you need to step up your game. Those fries ain't gonna dip themselves. But I'll say this, if you're going unprotected, at least get a Big Mac to go with that questionable decision.
You guys are tripping. Like, if that were the case, then restaurants wouldn't be allowed to serve alcohol at all.
Like, even
God's
beyond the
sake.
Texas Beat donations, her chat is spamming comments about her drinking and smoking before getting in the car. But instead of, I guess, denying drinking and driving in the clip for her stream, she just doubles down and starts arguing with her chat about whether she's capable enough to drive or not.
No, sobriety test me. Sobriety test me, breathalyze me. I need to get one of those. I need to get one of those blow things, you know?
You mean a breathalyzer? The thing, I said this before when this first came to light. She's like, breathalyze me, bitch. I need to get one of those blow things. You mean a breathalyzer? Literally the thing you mentioned 5 seconds earlier. Yeah, and she's not drunk or high off of her fucking mind.
Like the ones that you can get on your keychain. I would blow. And I would blow under the limit. Like, you guys are tripping.
And obviously, arguing that you could blow below the limit doesn't really imply that you haven't had anything to drink. Plus,
It's like breathalyzer doesn't work for weed. There is not yet an measurement instrumentation to determine someone's weed content via breath. So it wouldn't matter.
it's the whole argument about, oh, if what I'm doing is so bad, why do restaurants serve alcohol? What? That is just such a stupid argument. We lose way too many people every single year to drunk drivers. It is unacceptable. The fact that she would go on and use that as a defense while she's live streaming to a platform of people, like, she has a platform and she's like clearly drinking at a restaurant. She doesn't know if she can drive or not. She doesn't seem like she's fully sober. I'll put it at that. And making that argument. Okay, this is pathetic. Like, hey, it's one thing to get crossfaded and just be terrible at video games on your live stream, but getting crossfaded then driving while live stream while other people are on the road, she's on public roads here. It's just so selfish and stupid. Like, ma'am, why can't you just DoorDash your McDonald's? Why do you need to stream and drive there? And she's
Because content. That's what. She's streaming and driving there while high because that's all she's got for content. That's why the few people that tune in to watch her. They tune in to see a dumbass, drunk, high slag farting on camera and being a dumbass. She is a less entertaining version of Johnny Somali and Jackass Dumbass. That's why. Because if she didn't do that, she would not be entertaining and she would have no content. Literally, that's all she has left. All she has to do on stream is get high and act like a complete troglodyte. That's the only reason why people tune in. Yeah, it's sad as fuck, and it's an indication that she needs to stop streaming, if that's all she's got. Because, I don't even know how many people are actually on there doing, like, subs or donos or whatever. It can't be all that much. It's... Because another big part of the problem is she's not pretty enough to make that work. If she was actually attractive and like showed off her titties all the time, then maybe she could get away with it. She could get away with being high all the time or being drunk or just sitting there farting because God knows that's actually a fucking thing. But she's not. She's not pretty. She doesn't have a good personality. Her titties are maybe okay. So the only thing she's got is like, I'm going to act like a dumbass and try to get people to pay me for it. And I don't think it's working. I legit don't think that it's working. She's probably not getting much of an audience. Let me, you know what? I'm curious. Hang on. Let's see what she's got. Let's see. Average viewers, 358. And it's down. Like, her average viewership is like 300, like mid 300s, roughly. She's got a couple spikes, but like mid to low 300s. This is a girl who's been streaming for like 12 years. Like, according to what we saw earlier, it's been like 12 years she's been streaming. Chat, I'll let you in on a little secret. She's only got maybe about 50 to 70 more average views than me. For average viewership, for someone that's been streaming for like 12 years, she's only got about 50 to 70 more average viewers than me. That should tell you something. Like even on the high side, she was getting an average of 1,000. We're seeing on the high side an average of 1,000. But that's been inconsistent. It's been very inconsistent. And as of late, for the last 3 years, she's barely been averaging more than me. Yeah, and I've been doing this for 2 years. 2 years. And I am close to the same average as Casey Trump. What are we doing? And by the way, average viewers does not necessarily dictate money either. Okay? Just bear that in mind. Like with an average viewership of like low 300s like she's not getting fuck all from ad revenue. I'm telling you that right now. She's not getting jack shit from ad revenue with a low 300s average. And I'm going to guess she's probably not getting much in the way of subs and bits and donos either. Like, what are we doing? But again, she has basically made her brand of being a high troglodyte that's not even pretty and is now driving while intoxicated. That's her brand. It's fucking pathetic.
She's literally getting so many donations telling her to stop driving and to just order Uber Eats. Also, not to mention that streaming and driving in general should be a bannable offense, in my opinion. Not to say that's really too controversial. Like, I feel like there's one way around it. The only way I feel like someone could stream and drive is if they cannot see the camera, they can't see the viewfinder of themselves, and they can't see the chat. If they
I'm gonna disagree with the Tozy. I've heard other people say this too, like if they can't like read the chat, they should still be allowed to stream and drive. I disagree. I do not think that you should be able to stream and drive at all. I think that should be if you stream and drive, instant permit. Why? It doesn't make a difference if you can read the chat or not. It doesn't. You are still aware that you are streaming while you're driving, and with the streamer mentality, you're going to ham things up because you're streaming. Regardless of whether or not you can see the chat, you're still going to, your actions are still going to be in service to the content. And therefore, you are going to be more reckless. You are going to do things that no regular driver, no responsible driver would do. And you can still potentially be a danger to society because you're doing it for the content. So what Atosi's saying, I will disagree. Even if you can't see the camera, even if you can't see the chat, your mindset is still there. Your mindset is still absolutely there that you're doing content and you have to play things up for the content, and that makes you dangerous. So in my opinion, if you stream and drive, it should be an instant ban. Because you're not only putting your life in danger, you're putting God knows how many other lives in danger. If you do something stupid for the content and you cause a 10-car pileup that causes God knows how many losses of lives or injuries, that's all on you, and you did it because of the content. And it should not be allowed. The only way, and even this, I'm still iffy about. People have said, like, okay, if you're in the passenger seat and you're streaming and someone else is driving, maybe that's okay. I also don't 100% agree with that either. Because even if you have someone else driving while you are streaming, that presence of the stream is still there. Even if the person driving is not the streamer, they are still aware that they're on stream. Because typically speaking, the driver is going to be the friend of the streamer. And so they are still aware. It's stream. Something should be done for stream. So I'm still not 100% okay with a streamer even being in the car on stream while someone is driving. The only time when I might be possibly okay with it is if it is a professional driver that, excuse me, a professional driver that is not connected to the streamer in any way, shape, or form. Or if maybe it's a limo driver and the streamer is in the back of the limo with the divider up so the driver cannot be seen on screen. Yeah, like a chauffeur. That would be the only that would be like one of the few instances where I'd say streaming at all in a vehicle might be acceptable. That's it. That's all. It's a bit excessive. Good. It should be excessive for the safety of the public. Absolutely, I want it to be excessive. Absolutely, I do. Why? Because I value the safety of other people for some dumb fucking streamer that wants to get content behind the wheel of a car or in a vehicle of some sort. Because we've seen crashes before. It was what, was it several months or a year ago? I cannot remember when. But there was a streamer. It was two streamers in two separate cars. The streamer themselves, I do not believe were behind the wheel. I could be wrong about this, and if I am, correct me. But I do not believe that the streamers themselves were behind the wheel. They had friends, I think, that were behind the wheel. And they were streaming, and they were ripping ass down the street. And the two of them got into a major crash together. Thankfully, I do not believe anybody was hurt. But they did it. Why? For the content. There was another streamer that was in a car with, like, I think this guy was a criminal. He's a reckless driving criminal or something. And this guy, like he was in the passenger seat. This guy started tearing ass down the highway. And the streamer was like, stop, stop, stop. And the guy was just laughing to keep going. By the way, the driver was not the streamer. The guy was some fucking criminal. And tearing ass down the street. And he ended up, no, it wasn't Jack Doherty. It was someone else. He ends up, and the driver ends up getting into a major crash. And he wasn't even the streamer. But he drove at a high rate of speed and recklessly and got into a crash. Why? Because there was a stream taking place and he was doing it for the content and he was showing off for the stream. Even though he himself was not the streamer. This is why there have been way too many fucking instances of this, of people streaming in moving vehicles that has resulted in crashes and threats to people's health and safety. And this is why I say that any person that streams while driving should be permitted instantly. Any streamer. If you are streaming in a moving vehicle that is not operated by a professional driver that you do not know, or a chauffeur where you're in the back of the limo and the divider's up so the driver can't even see what the hell's going on back there. Unless that's happening, instant permaban. Because you cannot give these people second chances that do this. You can't. Because what happens when you do? They go, oh, I got away with it. I only got banned for a day, or I only got banned for a week. It didn't hurt me financially in any way. I'll just do it again. So what if I catch another week-long ban? I'm making more than enough money during the stream acting like a fucking retard that a week-long ban's not going to hurt me. If you don't, unless these people actually start receiving legitimate consequences for this horrendous action, it will keep going over and over and over again until someone gets killed and then the family finally sues the platform for allowing it to happen because it's been a repeat offense. That's the only way that's going to happen. I don't want to see this happen, but it's the only way I foresee anything being done about this is if someone ends up losing their life because of this insanely dangerous and reckless behavior, and then the platform actually gets sued. And now because their money is being affected, now all of a sudden they're going to go, oh, we should be responsible. That's the only way I see this actually getting fixed. It shouldn't have to be, but I think that's how it's going to be.
had it like audio set up, it's fine. Then it's kind of like being on the phone and driving, hands-free, obviously.
No, I
But
disagree.
if you can be distracted by the viewfinder of yourself or your chat, that should not be allowed. Regardless, I mean, we've seen so many incidents come from people just being stupid while streaming and driving. Even recently,
Yep.
you had the whole stuff about, what was her name? Extra Emily? Yeah, it happened
Yeah.
with Extra Emily multiple times, actually.
Yeah.
Like, come on, if you have to stream and entertain your chat while you're on the go, get an
Yep.
Uber and tip well for the inconvenience for them.
Like that, and that's what I'm referring to as a professional driver. Is you get an Uber, get someone who's driving who is not connected to you in any way, shape, or form, and then they have no incentive to perform for the stream. And even then, like with an Uber, I'm a little iffy, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'll do a little bit of a gimme here if it's like an Uber.
But obviously, if you add some alcohol and get a little cross-faded, definitely Uber, especially if you're live streaming. But a clip from Asma's stream went pretty viral on this topic exactly. And he definitely used a few extra insults that I would have skipped personally. But as far as his stance on streaming and drinking and driving, I agree that it should probably result in a permaban.
This disgusting person, this
Yeah.
annoying, obnoxious,
It
should be permanently banned off of the
Yes.
platform. You are
Yes.
drinking and driving,
yes.
you're reading chat, and you're also doing it all on stream.
We don't want to give people more excuses to be distracted. We're already distracted enough while driving. But hey, since all this happened, Caseytron has rightfully been ripped apart by both haters and our own viewers, even though there hasn't been an official confirmation of the reason for a ban. Regardless though, I mean, it's safe to say the general public has already made up its mind. And I'm sure Caseytron herself is well aware of the reason that she was banned and could tell people, but she has yet to make any comment on it as of right now. So I don't know. I guess she just seems a little bit preoccupied with beefing with random people on Twitter at the moment. But also, let's be real. If the ban was for something else unrelated, why wouldn't she say that? I don't know. Hard to know for certain. She could be milking all this for.
Here's the crazy thing. If her ban was not for driving while intoxicated, that's even worse. If it was to come out that she got banned for something other than driving while being drunk and or high as fuck, that's an even worse prospect than her being banned for being temporarily banned for driving while intoxicated. And that's why it'd be hard to imagine that she did something else because realistically, if she had done something else so terribly that she got banned, that probably would have popped on like Reddit or something. Like with the live stream fails, that would have already been made public around the same time as her drunk driving stream. So chances are it's the drunk driving that got her the ban.
Drama, and she might know that she might be unbanned soon. I guess we'll find out with time. But regardless, the best outcome is that she learns from this and doesn't repeat this. But hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Yeah, I've said it so many fucking times before. I don't know how many more times I could say it. Like, this is what happens when you don't actually punish bad behavior. And that's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing bad behavior that goes unpunished time and again. And it will continue if it's just allowed to just keep going. Until people like this actually receive like permanent consequences, i.e. getting banned off the platform that they make money from, then the bad behavior will continue until basically people get hurt. That's it. That's it.